Welcome to Psych with Sigmund, where we explore the fascinating lives and works of influential figures in psychology. Today, we're going to delve into the life and legacy of Max Wertheimer, a pioneer in the field of Gestalt psychology. Max Wertheimer was born on April 15, 1880, in Prague, Bohemia, which is now part of the Czech Republic. His early life was marked by a strong interest in philosophy, music, and literature. In fact, Wertheimer's father was a successful businessman who also had a passion for music, and their home was often filled with the sounds of piano playing and lively discussions about art and culture. As a young man, Wertheimer studied law at the University of Prague, but he soon became disillusioned with the field and turned his attention to philosophy. He went on to study philosophy at the University of Berlin, where he was heavily influenced by the works of Immanuel Kant and Ernst Mach. It was during this time that Wertheimer developed a keen interest in the nature of perception and cognition. Wertheimer's entry into the field of psychology was largely accidental. In 1910, he was traveling on a train when he noticed a strange visual phenomenon. A series of lights appeared to be moving in unison, even though they were actually stationary. This observation sparked Wertheimer's curiosity, and he began to investigate the phenomenon further. Wertheimer's research on this topic led him to develop the concept of the phi phenomenon, which refers to the illusion of movement that occurs when two or more stationary lights are presented in close proximity. This discovery laid the foundation for Wertheimer's later work on Gestalt psychology, which emphasizes the organized whole rather than individual components. In 1912, Wertheimer published a seminal paper titled Experimental Studies on the Seeing of Motion, which outlined his theory of apparent motion. This paper marked the beginning of the Gestalt movement, and it had a profound impact on the development of modern psychology. Wertheimer's work on Gestalt psychology was revolutionary because it challenged the traditional view of perception as a passive process. Instead, he argued that perception is an active, organized process that involves the grouping of stimuli into meaningful patterns. This idea is often referred to as the Gestalt principle, which states that the whole is more than the sum of its parts. One of the most famous examples of Wertheimer's work is the dot motion experiment. In this study, participants were presented with a series of dots on a screen, and they were asked to report whether the dots appeared to be moving or stationary. The results showed that when the dots were presented in a specific pattern, participants perceived motion, even though the individual dots were not actually moving. Wertheimer's research had far-reaching implications for our understanding of human perception and cognition. His work influenced fields such as advertising, art, and design, where the principles of Gestalt psychology are still applied today. Despite his significant contributions to psychology, Wertheimer's personal life was marked by turmoil. He struggled with depression and anxiety throughout his life, and he was often at odds with his colleagues. In fact, Wertheimer had a famous feud with the psychologist Wolfgang Köhler, who also worked on Gestalt theory. In 1933, Wertheimer fled Nazi Germany and settled in New York City, where he became a professor at the New School for Social Research. It was during this time that he began to develop his ideas about the importance of context and environment in shaping our perceptions and behaviors. Wertheimer's later work focused on the concept of productivity, which refers to the ability to think creatively and find novel solutions to problems. He argued that productivity is not just a matter of individual talent, but rather it is influenced by a complex interplay of factors, including motivation, environment, and social context. Max Wertheimer's legacy is profound and far-reaching. His ideas about perception, cognition, and Gestalt psychology have had a lasting impact on our understanding of human behavior and thinking. If you enjoyed learning about Max Wertheimer, make sure to like, share, and subscribe.